All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning. Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. This morning, we're going to talk about the public speaking takeover. What happens when you public speak? What's the impact that you make? What's the impact on you? Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Man, I'm glad to be here with you guys this morning. I got to be honest, man, I'm running a little behind this morning because I slept in. I didn't set an alarm last night because I was exhausted. And so I slept in this morning. So I was running a little bit late this morning. But thank you guys for being here. As always, we're running a few minutes late this morning. So I apologize for that. But I wanted to talk this morning about public speaking, about just kind of the things that happen when you public speak. What is the results of that on the audience? What's the results of that to you? What is the impact on your brand? All that kind of stuff. And we're going to dig into that just here in a second. But as always, I want to say good morning to some folks. Nathaniel, what's happening, man? Chris Filippelli, Todd, Keith Calloway Jr. out there on the West Coast with my girl Tammy Clark, also on the West Coast. Carla, good morning to you. Christina, Jared, John Rugg, and Christina, good morning to you. Thank you guys for being here this morning. So, all right. So public speaking, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of this this week, quite a bit of it, actually. And so I wanted to dig into this topic while it was hot on my mind here. And, you know, what happens exactly when you do public speaking? So we're going to talk about kind of what happens to you when you're a public speaker. And then we're going to talk about, you know, kind of the impact of what that looks like, you know, what it looks like for your brand, what it looks like for the audience, all that kind of stuff. So what happens to your body physiologically when you are public speaking, when you're up on stage in front of a bunch of people? And, you know, it's easy for people to say, oh, man, I get really nervous. I get this or I get that. My palms get sweaty. I get, you know, and that is all possibly true. You know, it's not something natural for people to do, especially if you've never done it before, to step up in front of an audience of people. So your body definitely has a physiological change. And so I think that it's a choice how to channel that, right? So whether you channel that into kind of an anxiety driven state or whether you use that into something that kind of charges you, right? Something that really pushes you in a direction, and you convert that almost into adrenaline when you can perform better in front of those people. You use that as fuel, as energy to be able to kind of command the stage and really deliver a message that's soaked in knowledge and value. And so I think that it's important to realize that something will happen to your body physiologically when you're up in front of a bunch of people. And that doesn't mean you necessarily have to be on a stage. Maybe some of you guys are training people in a group environment, or maybe you're trying to do something like what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm talking into a camera, I'm talking into a microphone. I got a bunch of people commenting over here. I got a bunch of stuff going on. But luckily I've done this, you know, several hundred times now. And so it becomes natural, right? I kind of use that energy that comes at me to deliver the message in a more powerful and impactful and focused way. And so just remember that when your body starts to change physiologically as a result of maybe what some people would title nervousness, it is not necessarily nervousness. It is absolutely an option as to how you use that, right? So just think about that and, you know, choose how you use that physiological change that happens to your body. All right. So what happens to your brand or you personally when you're able to do public speaking well, or when you're able to stand in front of people, when you're able to do these types of live stream videos? Well, you know, you're going to build a lot of friends, right? You're going to build a lot of people that follow along, like many of you guys that are watching this morning. You're going to get a lot of new connections. You're going to build a lot of relationships that are extremely, extremely valuable to your life, to your business. Some of the best friends that I have in my life today, I have literally made online, and then those online relationships go offline, right? But it all starts with being able to public speak. And again, that could be, talking to you guys through this camera, or it could be in front of several hundred people in Miami, like I'll be doing on Saturday, or it could be the recording that broadcasts on Wednesday of the World of Asphalt conference that I did, and then having an opportunity to do Q&A and meet potentially hundreds of people in our industry as a result of that presentation. So, that's just one piece of what happens to you or to your brand when you're able to do this well. The second thing is you capture content that can be shared digitally forever, right? I can't tell you how many customers of ours at the Pavement Group that watch Morning Perspective, or that as they're considering doing business with us, they go out and watch this show. And that gives them some level of trust or some idea of maybe how we are as a company, or who they're going to be working with. And so I think that it's really important to realize that this content can be shared digitally forever. And it lives out there, and it gives people an opportunity to get to know you on a better level, right? The third thing that I wrote down here is that you improve your own knowledge in the process of preparation. And that's significant, guys. Like, whatever it is that you are preparing for, as I've done this show 304 times, I'll be transparent with you. I don't have to prepare all that much anymore. This show this morning, I literally wrote down all the bullet points that I'm speaking to you about in a matter of just a few minutes. And so I can speak on things pretty easily now because I've done 304 times of organizing my thoughts, of being able to write down bullet points and then expand on those because I'm pretty practiced at it, right? And I'm speaking on things only that I'm knowledgeable about. So you improve your own knowledge in the process of preparation is a big deal. Don't ever underestimate that. As you do these things, as you get more comfortable being in groups, you get more comfortable delivering information to people that, you're not familiar with, or maybe that you are familiar with. If you haven't ever really done that, if you've never run training, even within your own company around those people you're familiar with, you'll improve your own knowledge and preparation of that too. The last thing on the list that I wrote down for that is when you do it regularly, you become more of an expert naturally, just through repetitive preparation, right? So as you prepare for this, you're going to kind of organize your thoughts in a certain way that enables you to deliver this information in a succinct and consistent manner that includes storytelling, that includes so what, why should the audience care kind of thing about every bullet point that you're talking about. So what's in it for them? And as you do that, it becomes more natural as to how your thoughts are formed, how you organize information that you're going to be delivering to people. All right. So that's kind of what happens to you and your brand as you're able to do public speaking well. So what happens to the people that are in the audience? What happens to those people who are, watching you speak, or in this case, viewing your show? There's an impact on them as well. And I think that, the biggest thing you have to remember, and the reason why all of you should be doing this in some way, shape, or form, is that when you share your knowledge, when you share something that that maybe other people don't, or maybe it's a different version of it, or maybe you're just reinforcing something that they already do know, people are shown a path of how to do something different, possibly better than they've been doing it in their life. Again, maybe they did it really well for a long time, but in the case of some of the things that we talk about here on Morning Perspective, maybe you just need that reminder, right? That little kickback on the track of, kind of how you did it in the past, but you're not, you're just not in that place anymore. Something happened in your life. You lost that habit. You lost that good habit. And now, you've got a bad habit that replaces it. And so remember, as you're speaking, as you're sharing your knowledge, you're showing people a path of how to do something different, how to do something better. And you're showing them a way that has really worked really well for you. So think about that. And then as a result of that, that can shave years off of somebody's trial and error approach to success in whatever area that is that they're pursuing, whether it's sales or leadership or some kind of technology that you use within your company, and they're searching for something. They could be spending tens of thousands of dollars on training or technology that they don't have to spend as a result of you sharing your knowledge, you speaking on a topic that you are an expert at, and somebody sitting there listening, taking notes, and then converting that into knowledge and information that can be applied to their businesses, right? So there's an impact that is major when people listen, when people share information and people listen to that information and then convert that into knowledge that they can use within their own businesses. And I think, that's really, really important for the audience to realize, is that there is a massive impact on the audience when the audience is engaged, when the audience is taking notes. One of the things that when I'm on stage, I'm really trying to dial in on is who are the people in the audience that are actually taking notes. And this is really important for you guys that go to events, because I think many speakers would agree with this, is I literally remember those people's faces. And after I'm done speaking, I am trying to connect with them. I'm either trying to connect with them in person at that event, or I'm trying to connect with them on social media, as I see they're probably in the same circles. And so I'm trying to, connect with them in some way, shape, or form, because they were taking the time to write down what I was talking about. So there's either some benefit to them, or they're working on something right now that I might be able to help with. And that shows me that's somebody I want to be connected to, right? Somebody that's actively taking notes, actively trying to make an impact in their own life, and doing that through the information that I'm able to provide. So remember, when you're in the crowd and you're sitting there and you're not doing anything, you're not taking notes, or you just kick back kind of listening. Those things are noticed by the people that are on the stage. And it doesn't matter. I've spoken in front of a room of 50, and I've spoken in front of rooms of, 500 or 600 people. And, you could see the people, right? Especially in the first, let's say 20 rows, 30 rows, you can see those people and you can see their faces. And so it is memorable to you who is actually taking notes. So be one of those people that are taking notes and making a difference in your life. That's why those speakers are there. That's why they're providing information to you. And it makes an impact in your life and in their life if you are actively taking notes and then taking that back to your teams and sharing that information. So I'll end on this. If you want to make a difference and make an impact on others, public speaking and sharing your knowledge is a great way to do so. If you want to make a difference and an impact on yourself, public speaking is also an amazing way to do that as well. It's a gift that you get to give to others while giving a gift to yourself as well. And so I encourage you guys, there's a lot of people that watch this show, that listen to the podcast, that, maybe if they don't even catch it live, but they're catching on the replay, that might have aspirations to do this in their life. And so the only way that you're going to do that and do it successfully is to get started, right? Maybe that starts with trying to be a guest on somebody else's show, or maybe it just starts with you starting a show of your own and sharing your thoughts for 5 minutes a day or a couple of minutes a day. But public speaking is a gift that you should be giving to others, and you should be giving to yourself. It will have a massive impact on your life. It will make you an authority in your space. You speak on the things that you're knowledgeable about, and people will recognize that, and they will start to look at you as a resource. And it will build you relationships, man, that last a lifetime, that are extremely valuable to you, both personally and in business. So if you want to make an impact on other people and on yourself, think about public speaking as an option to do that. Thank you guys for being here. Happy Tuesday to you. I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.